Look at that quilt. All of this was pieced on the serger. And we're going to show you how easy and fun that is to do. There's Sherry over there. Smile, Sherry. Stop scratching. All right. First of all, we're going to show you what we made it with. I don't know if this will work, but we're going to try it. Okay.
That looks good.
This is the Scrap Crazy 6-inch templates. Let me get those out of there. These are amazing. I kind of fell in love with these because that quilt up there looks hard to do.
It does.
It's not. It is not.
There's a lot of angles.
So you see right here, this is what you have. And these are the templates you have to work with. But in the directions, look at that. That looks just like that quilt up there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. But you pull these directions out. You can see I've used mine a lot. It will show you exactly how to do it. And there's different combinations that you can do. It doesn't have to be done like I've done the quilt up there. You can do it. Look at that one right there.
That is a beautiful,
Isn't that
those
cool?
are some fun quilts.
You really want this, don't you?
I do. It's one of those things where a lot of times you see a ruler like that and you don't realize how much more it does.
Oh, it does so much. But the clue to having this is that you need to have one of these. I tell you, this is amazing because we have all of these templates that we need to cut out. And you want to have it right side up so that you can read the words on it. And it's intended to do it right side up on your fabric too. Sometimes you have to do it upside down with the fabric and you think, oh, I'm crazy about it. I just don't know. But let me show you how easy this is to cut out on with this right here. Of course, I'm going to be wasting. I hate to waste fabric. Don't you?
You do. You like save every scrap.
Are we quilters by chance? Is that what that means? All right. See how easy that is? I don't have to twist it around because this one right here. Okay, let's get the corner. And it even cuts off the dog ears.
Nice. That's always a good thing on a ruler.
It is. Now I'm going to come around and get this corner. And that's how easy that is. And then you will cut out all of those pieces. So if you have about 4 or 5 different, I think I did mine with 6 different fabrics up there because I wanted a good variety. So you're going to cut out all these pieces until you have exactly as many as you want. You're going to decide that. And this is what you'll end up. This is my block that was finished. See how nice that is? I love that. And you can see that I've got my pieces. This is like, do you like puzzles?
I do like, I like puzzles sometimes. I don't like have one up all the time. I have a neighbor whose husband just made her a puzzle table.
Oh,
so that
really?
It has drawers that she can pull
those
out.
Those are cute. I like those.
And then slide it back in. So she can always have a puzzle out.
Yep, then she can.
Yep.
So there are my pieces that you can see that I have already cut out.
But they even look hard to put together.
They're really not, because you can see you're going to sew this line and that line. No, you're going to sew these 2 lines, then you'll sew them together right there. It's really not hard to do at all. Let's see if we can put one together. All right. So what I did is I did multiples of my fabric. And I also like to have my picture right there so I can see where I'm doing. I like to cut multiples at once. And that's what makes it so easy, because these rulers, they are non-stick bottom, non-slide. They are stick.
Yeah,
sorry.
They sticky bottoms.
You know, I cannot do this and talk at the same time.
I know sometimes it's hard because you start thinking about.
I am thinking.
What you're doing.
And that's the piece I wanted. Yep. Thank you. All right, this is how am I going to fit this together? Like this. I am not a puzzle person.
It looks to me like you are. You just did it.
And there you go. So we would sew this part, then that part, and then right down there. So you can see how nicely these fit together because the dog ears are already cut off. So let me go over to my serger. You can just stay there.
Well, I was going to try and bring this over to show you.
I am going to be sitting at the Victory.
Hello, and welcome to our show.
And you now have glasses.
I do, so I can see.
So right here, I'm just going to put it on a 3-thread overlock. Oh, I think I have it on the roll pin. Yep, I do. Look how easy that is to change. That's how easy that is. I didn't want to roll my edges. Isn't that easy and fun? Let me get the other piece. And of course you would press these in between, and I'm not going to be pressing. And see how easy they fit together? The dog ears are already trimmed off. Sometimes I think, well, now how far do I extend that out? How do I do that? And also, the nice part about this pattern is that you don't have to match any seams. Because now all I have to do is sew these together. See that? There's no seam matching at all. So I don't, until you start to put your blocks together, and then you're going to match some seams up.
That does make it nice because sometimes it's a little stressful.
It is.
So this is kind of like a relaxing quilt.
Yeah. Then when you're done, you just get the cuddle in it. Okay, there is my block. And all I have to do is press that thing, and I've got a quilt coming together.
So fast.
Isn't that fun? While you're here, can I show you what wonderful stuff this does?
You bet.
Okay, I'm going to show you that I can go.
Do you want me to come on the other side?
No, I think you're good.
You're good?
I can turn it. There's a 3-thread overlock right there. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to go to a rolled edge. Because when you buy a serger, these are the stitches you want the most. Everybody says, I want to do a rolled edge. There you go. There's your rolled edge.
Look at that beautiful rolled edge.
Easy. Let me show you one more thing. I'm going to go back to, and it's so fast. Now, even though I am on one of the lower end machines, look what I can do. Really, just with a touch of a few knobs, not very much. And I know I've shown you guys this before, but look at that. Is that amazing?
Perfect ruffle.
So this is just a 4-thread overlock machine. It does wonderful things, but do you want to see what this one does?
Yeah, so this is the Triumph. That was kind of our star today that we talked about. Yes, she did.
Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm also going to ruffle, but I'm going to ruffle right down the center of my fabric because I can, because this is an 8-thread cover stitch. Okay, I've got one more step I want to do with that. See how pretty that ruffle is? Isn't that fun? Can't you see that on a cute little girl's dress? Or even on a pillow?
Yeah, on a pillow.
But you sew clothing, so this would be a little girl's dress to you, right?
Or not.
Or not. Or not.
All
right, I have some ribbon I have inserted in the foot. In the foot, okay? And now I'm going to feed my ruffle that I just made right down the center, and it is going to cover up the ruffle. Okay. All I have to do is guide my fabric underneath. I don't have to worry about guiding the ribbon. And look at that. It is already on there. Is that so perfect?
That would be so cute.
I love that.
And that's your colors, red, white, and blue.
Oh, no wonder I like that. Can I show you one more thing before we go back over there? This is what I love. So there is a special foot that goes on this machine.
Do you want to show us the foot?
I can. So this is the foot I just took off. You can see how there's little notches under there that you can feed things in. You can do all sorts of stuff. The foot I'm going to show you is called the curved foot. Now, when you think of serging, what do you think of doing?
Straight lines, really fast.
Right. And you do a lot of sewing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you are just, now this is going to get caught on my foot, so I have to trim those threads because this is a closed foot. meaning I could not slide those threads underneath the foot. So there we go.
So this is when like your little Kimberbell scalpel picker thing or...
So now look at this, because I have the curved foot on. Look what I can do. I don't have to sew in a straight line. Okay, look at that. There's my curves. Did you know you could do that?
That is just so amazing.
That is amazing.
And you really could kind of quilt.
You could. You can quilt with it.
Quilt with it.
You can definitely quilt with it.
Yep.
All right. Should we go back over there? Do you have any
over
questions?
to the table?
Yeah, let's go back over there. I'll bring my ruler with me.
We have lots of comments we're going to have to look at.
Okay, let's go read them.
We're going to get over there because we can't talk and walk at the same time. I'm worried about even walking and all by itself.
So you heard how I was driving, so don't get me nervous.
Oh, we forgot our stand. Here, I'm going to leave the computer and I'll go grab the stand.
Then I will hold it midair. We're going to watch her go. Look at that. Look at that. Sherry did it. All right. Let's go back up here. We can see all those fun things. Okay, as you can guess, this is number 3. So we have one.
Is our daily smile. I'm like, what are we doing?
I like that. Our daily smile.
Is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are we doing?
And number 2 is
our
demo.
Our demo.
We demoed. I loved what we demoed.
Yes.
I really do. I love this pattern.
Yeah. That was
And there's
fun.
so many different ways to do it. I love it. I love trying to figure it out.
Quick. Maybe when I unbox it, maybe that's what I should do.
There you go. Maybe you should. Maybe you should. And this is our dill of the day. This little template. Now, I've had this template for at least 5 years, and I have made several quilts. And people say, oh, you did all that. You pieced that all together. They didn't know how easy it was.
Yeah.
But it really is easy. There you go. It's easy as that. And the nice thing it is, I can just keep it in my little bag and I don't have to worry. I actually lost it for a while. So I can't say I don't lose things because I do. And oh, wow. And right here, it shows you exactly if you're going to do that one, where to put it in your design. It's got little pictures on there.
And this one also has the QR code. I know Chris has talked about it and I showed it. It's on this piece.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't see it, Sherry.
Yeah, I looked on the back. I at least knew
there
it was
you
there.
go. There's the QR code.
Yep.
And what's that going to do for you?
And that will take you, if you scan that, if you have a smartphone, you can scan it with your
I love
phone.
Creative Grids.
Yep. And then it will just take you to a little tutorial and it will show you how to use it. And it'll show you some project ideas. I didn't look at this one, but that's what the one that I did yesterday, which is the half square rectangle. I always kept saying it wrong. I'm like, the half triangle rectangle. I'm like, no, it's the half square rectangle. But that's what it does. And it's really a useful tutorial
I like
on
that.
those things. Yeah.
I like that. And also, this has 4 templates to it. But if you look right here, there's a 5th one.
Oh,
so if you want it, it's just a little teeny center one if you want to use it.
Sorry.
I was looking at it. You couldn't see it, but I could. So right here, it lets you have a 5th template if you want to do 5 in your block.
So that's kind of a fun twist to it.
Well, and if you look at all the different ways that you can create with this, don't you like to have things that you can do multiple things with?
Yes, I do like that. That's why I did like the half square rectangle yesterday, because there is a lot you can do with it, even though it seems pretty simple.
Isn't that like a hexagon?
Yeah, a little hexy.
And there you can, wow. That is really cool.
And this one I think would be really pretty because it would end up with your kind of diamond shapes, this one here.
So when you put them all together? Wow. I like that.
Yeah. So have you not done any of the other layouts?
No, I haven't. I'm just stuck on this one.
You're just stuck here. Like, I'm having so much fun with this one.
I've done the 5 one because I have cut that smaller one right there. I have done that one. But this is the only quilt I have left. And I'm just glad I have that one. Just glad I have that one. All right. Do we have some questions?
We do. Jennifer Hoffey says she has the 8-inch. Do you think the 6-inch is worth having also?
I love the 8-inch.
Do you have both?
No, but I remember thinking, do I want this 8 or do I want the 6? I think I went for the 6 because it was just smaller. Because it was a 6-inch instead of an 8-inch. You get that, don't you?
Yeah.
I figured you would.
Hey, Tana, no bloopers
I
from
have got-
yesterday.
I have got to go back and I was busy yesterday, but I've got to go back and watch it. You want to tell us about it?
I just messed up.
Did you really?
The half square rectangle. First of all, the name's really hard to say, and it's a little confusing. If you're not using solid fabrics, it's a little learning curve, but it is has a lot of variety to it with what you can do. So it's definitely was a fun ruler, and it's a lot easier than trying to make them on your own.
That's going to be my Friday night movie.
Yeah. She's desperate for entertainment.
No, Jennifer, that doesn't help you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jennifer, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. I love it that there's so many of you here and they're chatting with us and giving us ideas. So, would you guys be willing to venture beyond the 4 templates? Would you? I mean, you look at all the directions there. Would you go into the 4 or the 5, or would you stick with, or would you do the hexies, or would you do that weird one?
I think when you first get this, you obviously have to make that one just like it is, because it is kind of fun. And so, but I think you could venture into like the hexies and and sometimes it's nice just to have, this is just a good, kind of triangle shape.
That would be a triangle.
So
what's this one?
I was going to say parallelogram, but it's not a parallelogram.
I think it's a triangle with the top cut off.
Oh, okay. Triangle that's the official term now.
And it's not really a triangle like that one because it's got a flat side on it. So
there's a name for it.
I know there is. Well, you would know it. So this would kind of be a triangle if you don't see what's behind my hand.
You don't.
That's because you're smart. You've got high school kids.
I'm still thinking of the name of that. It's
for this one?
A polygon?
Okay, does anybody know the name of this?
I don't think it's a
trapezoid. Betty Jo thinks it's a trapezoid.
Because the one side is straight.
Yeah, because I think that you have to have it go out like that to be a
rhombus?
trapezoid. Really? Is that something?
Rhombus might be it. It's the mirror of a rectangle.
Okay. All right. All right, that's funny. I'm gonna have to Google. My husband will know though, because he's got
the shapes and the.
He doesn't hear really well, but he knows his stuff.
Well, who knows what it will be when you ask him?
Yeah, I need to take him for a hearing test, and he'll say, "Why do I need a hairy chest?" Oh well. Does anybody have any comments or?
Oh, rhombus is a diamond shape.
I'm gonna have to just look up shapes.
You guys just talk amongst yourself.
Pentagon has 5 sides.
Mm-hmm.
They all have to be the same, right? Trapezoid. There's only one. You guys are really smart. They're pulling up names here that I've never heard of.
Oh, come on.
Trapezoid, I know.
Trapezoid.
Hexagon, I know. So in our class Monday night, we're doing a hexie.
Yes.
We are. It's called Oh My Hex.
Oh My Hex.
I think that was a clever name.
Yes. Is it a plant?
Yeah.
Mat type thing.
It's just a mat.
Or whatever. Mat, or
if you've got a big bowl of candy.
Runner.
Could be a candy mat.
Yes.
Depends on what you want to use it for. All right. They're all coming up with different ideas. And you are working.
Yeah, I am. I'm like, I gotta know. I gotta know. Pentagons are equal. Polygons.
I shouldn't have put it away. Are we looking? Now we know that this one's a triangle, an equilateral triangle.
Or it could be a trigon.
Trigon? Is this the one you're trying to figure out what it is?
Yeah.
So we gave up on this one? This one is kind of the same thing.
They would be the same. And so would this one. Because how many,
would it?
Because it has 4 sides and it's a shape.
So they are a lot the same.
I think it might be polygon. But a trigon is basically a triangle because it's got 2. And
is it not?
Or a digon or a bigon means it has 2 sides.
Scroll up to the questions, please.
Scroll up to the questions. Oh, what are the questions?
Let's see what we have. We just get so involved on it, don't we? It's a good scrap buster. That's true.
Yesterday's show is on Facebook. You should be able to go to my girlfriend's Facebook page, which is where you are now, and look in the videos. And we generally try and tag them. It might not happen like right after every day, but there will be a section for 3 at 3s.
I don't know that there is a 10-inch one, Cheryl. I've only seen the 6 and the 8. What is the price of the Triumph? The price on the Triumph, were you in the event today, Christy? Because we did have special pricing during the event. If we can probably honor, I don't know. You'd have to call the store.
You probably would, yeah. But if you're wanting to learn more about it,
oh yes.
So what the class is it's $25. Once you watch the videos and answer our questions, you get a $20 gift card back. So it's like $5 for, I think we were 3 hours.
It really wasn't long.
It wasn't as long. But if you go in and watch those, then we do talk about some of the pricing and stuff on not only the Triumph, but some of those other machines. Because I saw someone ask about what's a good mid-range machine. And you also want to know, like, the mid-range machine, what does it do? Because the Triumph is both
does everything.
Yeah, it
is
an overlock and
it's overlock, and which is flat lock and rolled hem, blanket stitch. You could do all those in like the Victory, and then you move up the line because you'll have an Acclaim, which has the wave stitch with it, which is just like the Victory with the wave stitch. Then you could even go up to the Accolade, which is an 8-thread serger. So it has the 8 threads. It can do everything the Triumph does. It just has a narrow throat.
Yeah.
And the narrow throat, I feel like I'm so claustrophobic in that. I like to have space. And you get up to the Triumph and you've got a 5-inch throat.
But we do talk about some of those other other machines and some of the specials that we have on that. So
yep. So if you wanted to know the price range that we're looking at, if you were down at the Victory, which is a wonderful machine, there's no tension dials. You don't have to thread anything. It's all air threaded, and even the needle on the Victory has a needle threader. It is amazing. So the Victory is $24.99, and you go up to the Triumph, and you have several steps in between there. The Triumph, you go up to $59.99. That's for machine only. So if you want to buy into the class that we had today, the event, if you want to get that $20 gift card and watch the videos, then we do have special bundle pricing for you with stuff in it. You'll get thread, you'll get love sewing, you'll get inspiration guides, you'll get all of the classes that we teach on it.
If you're even thinking about it, I would take the class.
Oh, definitely.
Because then you have knowledge going into it, and you're like,
exactly.
Oh, okay, that explains that. And
you don't have to go home and say, now what do I do? Because now you're going to know. Yeah. It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
It really is nice. And if you have any questions on it, we're going to have that class up for about a week.
Yeah. So if you're even thinking about it, jump on it now. I know that we'll get you in there. It might not be today, but we'll get you in there. So you'll have 4 or 5 days to watch those videos. And then
and the videos are by Linda Pacini and Mike Johns from Baby Lock. So they were originally done out of St. Louis. So they were not here in our store with us, but they gave us access to these videos so that you could see everything it does. And really, it is amazing, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. They do. And
they are so knowledgeable.
They are. And they are. They go through a lot of information.
They do. And so it's like a fire hose.
Yeah, I got a little
I'm sorry. I got a little distracted by Betty Jo's comment about the chair and the spinner. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, oh, yes.
I'm thinking, maybe I need to
she started thinking about it, and she was like, I need to go back.
Well, they have them down at Southtown Mall.
I know.
Have you been in to see them yet?
No, we thought about it during Tug, but we were kind of busy because they had just gotten.
Is that the last time you thought about them?
No, it's not the last time I thought about them. That's just
glad.
We were there, and we thought, well, maybe we'll have a chance to go over and watch Barb in those chairs again, but we didn't.
Okay, Erla Faye has a serger. Okay, what things did you change to gather? All you have to do in whatever stitch you in, you can gather in, you don't want to gather in a rolled hem. you want to gather in like a 3-thread or a 4-thread overlock or a chain stitch, or even the one I showed you was the triple cover stitch. All you have to do is put the differential feed up all the way and your length to a 4. That's it. That is it. So do it.
And it's just like
For
this.
sure.
She just does this and then it works. It's so fast.
I'm still reading your questions.
This one.
What is your favorite mid-range serger? That's really hard to know, Kathy, because I had the Victory. Well, I had the Imagine, and my granddaughter's now using it, and she is making amazing things with it. But if you're going to take the jump, I don't know that I would jump in between, because if you want to go up to an 8-thread serger, you got to go there. The Acclaim is everything the Victory is, but it gives you the wave stitch, which is a fun stitch, and you can do a flat lock wave, which is something we've learned about, and we love the flat lock wave. That's about where I would go. I think the Accolade, you remember, is going to be an 8-thread serger, but it has that narrow throat like a normal serger does. But all of the ones that we have shown you, all the ones from the Victory up, thread any way you want. You got the air threading, you got the needle threaders, and you can do all those stitches. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, and just the threading. I mean, I think that's the thing that scares. I know it scared me the most at first, but I got used to it, and I'm glad I know how to thread it. But you know what? It's so much easier now.
It is so easy.
Yeah.
Although I will admit, when I first sat down at the Sergers, because I was new on the job, and I said, Chris, I want to learn how to do these machines. So she was delighted, and I got to do the machines, but nobody could tell me how to thread that serger. And I sat it, I didn't have instructions. I didn't know what to do. And we really didn't have a lot of YouTube out there for us at that time. That was like 9 years ago. And I had to figure it out. And to figure it out without any knowledge was a little tough, because I didn't get how it would blow it through. I didn't get how that happened. And so getting to do that, but once you do it, it is so, so nice. And Julianne wants to know if you can stack fabrics and put the template on all at once. Yes, you can. And that's what I did. Definitely.
Make sure you have a sharp blade.
Oh, yep. Got to have a sharp blade.
Yep.
Okay. We're not scrolling very well.
I know. Sometimes Facebook doesn't like us to scroll back too far into the comments.
Patty said she loves to piece on the serger. Yes. Yes. I was going to say that the lace foot and the blind hem foot both have a flange on it for the serger. So it's kind of like a 1/4-inch foot with a guide. So you can set that up anywhere you want, and you can have it work so well. Can you show how the serge pieces look on the back? Yes, I can. This one got pressed. They lay really flat.
Mm-hmm.
There is no question they lay really flat. And you don't have to worry. I mean, it just kind of rolls right on through.
And in a way, those seams are even less bulky than.
Yeah, they are.
Even though you've added the thread, maybe a little bit more thread than you normally would. And they're clean. And so it's like you don't have all the threads coming out near as much and all that.
That quilt behind me, that one that was hanging up there, yes, that was the one that we showed you that I did on the serger. So do you keep the knife up or down? On this, when I did that, I did have the knife up. I did want to just kind of shave the slivers off if I did it. Yes, I think Bryn was on there and gave her the link.
I think it was Elisa that gave me the link for the round pink mat. I can't even remember the name of it. But yeah, that's a fantastic mat.
The circular cutter mat?
Yep. The rotating mats, because
there you go.
Yep.
Okay, I think Roxanne, my first computer was an Apple Macintosh, and it was about 84 too, maybe 85, and I won it.
You won a computer?
I won. Well,
do you still have it?
No. We might have bits and pieces of it. That was such an old computer, but we were so excited that we could type and erase and not have to use that whiteout all the time. Oh, so Barb says she has that set, but she hasn't used it yet. Yes.
Barb, your weekend project. We want to see your quilt.
And
Monday.
Donna said that she loves piecing on a serger. Yes, it is the way to go. Carol, when I bind on a serger, I usually have my back about an inch wider, an inch and a half wider, and then I will sew down, kind of like the 10-minute table runner.
Mhm.
So I will sew down both edges and then press it. So I have a flange or a, what do you call that? A faux binding on the side. That's how I would do that on the serger. And then you could roll it over and you could, and I have done this before, I will pull my binding in and then I will do a triple cover stitch to stitch it down. And it's pretty on the back and it's pretty on the front.
And I think Kathy answered Victoria's question. Are we able to purchase that surgery event?
Yes, you can.
And just below, Kathy did answer you with that link.
See, you're so good. What?
Marianne says, my husband said, I don't like those two anymore when you told the hard of hearing joke.
I'm sorry. My husband still loves me, but I have to say it for him 3 times, I tell you. I think, do I have enough breath in me to say it 3 times? No, and he refuses to wear a hearing aid. He doesn't have one. He doesn't want one. I think he likes the fact that he can't hear everything.
Probably sometimes.
It's so pleasant.
There's
so
sometimes
quiet.
when it's like, I've been peopled out.
Yeah, sometimes.
So if you just can't hear him.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I think we've covered a lot of questions.
We did. You guys had a lot of questions while we were cutting, just like the new comments.
Oh, down. Do I do that?
Yeah.
This girl is smart. She's not even in her 20s yet, for sure.
Look, Patty won an Apple IIe.
Whoa.
There we go.
Oh, so Sandy, you bought a Triumph just last weekend. Good for you. Yep, the fusible thread in the loopers are great for binding too. Yes. That's what Patty said. Okay.
And Alice is going to buy the ruler.
Well, good for you.
I know. What is the quilt?
What?
The quilt class called for the one behind you. So we are using this template.
Yes.
And piecing it together. So it's kind of the green one. This orange line here is another quilt.
Oh yeah, that's not the border.
But that one is, it looks, from here it's really cool to look at it because it's kind of like a, I don't know, but then you get up close and it's like all the details. It's really amazing quilt.